Hey everybody, welcome to the follow-up video for my Make Your Own Card Game How to Play tutorial. In this video we'll be covering how to build a deck here on the Untap application. And before we get into making the deck, we want to consider which format we're building our deck for. There are two main formats for the Make Your Own Card Game. The first is Classic, which is a format where no duplicate copies of a card are allowed. This is the main way my brother and I use to play this game. The other format is a new format I'm making called the Modern format, where a player may have up to 3 copies of any card in their deck at a time. For this tutorial, I think I'm going to be building a modern deck. So basically, once you log into Untap, all you do is click the Create Deck button in the top right corner. And then you'll want to give your deck a title. I think for this one, I'm just going to call it Tutorial. And then for deck type, you click Custom CCG, make sure that's highlighted, and then you click Create Deck. That'll take you to the main deck creation screen. And you'll notice there's no cards here yet. We got to find them first. And so in the search tab here, all you do is type colon, and then in all lowercase you type set. Hang on a minute. There we go. You hit equals, and then in all capital letters you type MYOTCG20. That's capital MYOTCG20. Then you click the search button, and then after a bit it'll bring up all the cards, which you can hover over and view to your liking. And so, let's add some cards to the deck. So, there are 2 ways you can add a card to your deck. The first way is you click on a card's name, and then you can click the button Add to Deck, and it will add them to your deck. By default, it will add 4 copies of that card to your deck. The other way to add a card to your deck is to click on a card and then drag it over to your main deck, and then it'll be there. Now you notice, like I said previously, it defaults to adding 4 copies of a card to your deck. You can adjust this up and down as you like with these buttons next to the number here. So let's move them both down to 3, and there we go. There's another trick to this you can consider. If you go here and then click on Deck Options, you type into default card quantity, and we're going to type 3, and then when we add a card to our deck from now on, it will add 3 copies by default. And if you're making a classic deck, you can just type this as 1, and then it will just add 1 card to your deck. Now, I want to draw your attention to the second page. See, when you search up these cards, there will be 2 pages of them, and there's a specific card on the second page I want to draw your attention to. And that would be this PowerPoint token here. In addition to your 40 card main deck, you will need 10 PowerPoint tokens in a second deck. And so to add these to your second deck, all you do is click on PowerPoint token, and then you click Add To, and then there's an option for second deck in this second pull-down menu. And then they'll be there. And then we'll adjust this up to 10, like so. And there we go. And now I just want to take a moment to add a few other cards to the deck. Of course, if you're building a deck normally, you'll want to have a little more control over what you want. You'll want to be carefully looking over the cards that you're interested in having in your deck. But just for the sake of example and moving this video along, I just want to drag some cards into here. And now that we've got some cards, you'll notice that we have 45 total cards in our main deck. Now, there's a couple ways you can remove cards if you end up having too many. So basically, you can, like before, you can click and drag a card away from here, and then it'll remove it that way. Or you can click on a card's name and then click remove to get them out of there. And of course, the other ways you can adjust the numbers up and down to your liking as well. And there we go, we have our 40 card deck and our 10 card PowerPoint token deck. And so when we're done, all you do is click save, and that's our deck. And I want to thank you for watching. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and also feel free to join the Discord. Link is in the description, where you can challenge people to matches and chat about the game and stuff like that. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.